Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Hello and welcome to What's on Tap podcast. Stefan is making a big thing because he wanted to introduce this episode because this is really Stefan's episode. I just wanted to beat him to the punch.
I want to say buonasera, buongiorno. Welcome to our Italian episode because I have 2 Italian beers with us tonight.
I really messed this up by being so eager to jump on the gun.
You know, I'm really excited about your excitement, so that makes it okay. But we have 2 Italian beers tonight because I was in Italy, and whenever I travel, unlike some people, Martin, I like to bring back beers from wherever I go for the show because I care about the show. And the
last time I left the country, I came home with rare Cantillons. Come on!
Didn't have them on the show, that's all I'm saying.
No, we drank them with our friends.
You couldn't get 1 or 2 small cans in your pack?
Nope.
The Cantillon bottle take up that much space.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, I like to always bring back beers from wherever I go somewhere.
And I'm very happy.
I know. I just wish some people just took their podcast as serious as other people.
I bring so many beers to this podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you. So yeah, we have 2 beers from some regions in Italy, unbeknown because we are not geography experts. We are beer experts.
Yeah, it's not where's on tap. It's what's on tap.
So I was in Bologna for a week, and it's a lovely city. If you ever get a chance to visit, I would highly recommend it. There's some really great places. Beers for Bunnies is really nice. Il Puto, I think is the name of it. It was really nice. I hadn't been there before. That was a new place. They had a really nice tap selection and a really nice cans as well. And there's one other place that I can totally not think of the name of, but it was also really nice. And then on the other side of the city, there's a bunch of other places that I'll get to eventually. But I never seem to make it over to that side for some reason. Usually because I get pretty drunk on the one side of the city I'm in. And the bars don't open until like 5 or 6 o'clock, so it's so annoying. Like, I'm off work, I'm ready to drink.
4 o'clock
it's
is
4,
perfect.
And then, so then you guys gotta wait around and drink some...
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, bullshit Heineken or something until the bars open. I mean, I could not drink, but come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
I think you go to Italy not to drink. So this is from Busa Dei Briganti.
And my rudimentary Italian says that means something like according to the bandits.
Could be. It says revolution is the only solution.
Whoa.
But the name of the beer is Multiverse Volume 3. It comes in at 8%. It's a triple dry hopped double IPA. And that is all I can tell you about this beer.
You said 8% ABV, right?
I'm sure I mumbled through that at some point, yes.
And Busa Dei Briganti is from Padova, Veneto, Italy.
Wonderful. So let's jump into this beer. This is a
semi-transparent.
I would say lightly hazy, more of a unfiltered kind of look.
But it looks beautiful. I love this lightly hazy.
Yeah. Does it say anything about the hops on here? Because
nope. It says nothing.
Yeah, there's no hop.
It smells a little bit lemony, a little bit tropical. A lot lemony, actually.
Yeah, I wish we had Marcus here. He could probably point out what actual hops are in this. And I wish we had a better nose for this because it's definitely got Citra, but maybe there's some Strata or something in there. I'm not real sure. I'm not a hops expert, although you'd think by now we would have a better idea of what we're doing. I know Idaho 7 because that one's kind of a fucks with me a little bit. But,
and no, there's no Sabro in it.
No, there's no Sabro as well. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's light, bitter. There's some hops on there, but it's not real dominant.
There's a tiny vegetable-y flavor. But it's not really taking over now. The lemoniness of the hops are almost in soap water territory.
I don't get hot. I don't get soap water. I get bitter. I get slightly lemon, but mostly it's just kind of flat. I don't. There aren't a lot of Italian breweries that I've tried that I think do IPAs great, or do double IPAs or hazy IPAs. There's a couple like Crack does pretty good stuff. Mostly I find that the beers I enjoy from Italy are their pilsners, their lagers. The barley wines are usually outstanding. Especially, I think Baladin does some really amazing stuff.
Yeah, Baladin is
and
Italian grape ales.
Italian grape ales. That's what I'm thinking of. And there's some of their sours are pretty good. But the IPAs and the double IPAs, that's not really the forte of the Italian brewery scene.
And I take back the soap comment. It's not soap. It's slight perfuminess.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be cashmere in this.
I feel like us taking this into hop detection areas is a mistake.
Is it a fool's game, fool's errand? We're not gonna.
For us too, it's a fool's errand.
It is. It's really. We're really. We need to do like
we're
a full,
really bad at this.
Like crash course, really understand the hop profiles.
I've gotten numerous lectures along the years. Like it's so simple, Martin. Just look for this and this and this, and it's that. This and this and this, and it's that. And it's...
There's so many hop styles now.
Yeah.
That you really kind of like, when you get one nailed down, you're kind of like, oh yeah. And then you don't have it again for like 6 months, and you're kind of like, what was that again? I feel like I should know what this is, but...
Because now all I remember, if it's dank and piney, it's like one of the 4 C's, right? Columbus, Chinook...
Yeah,
whatever.
Probably cashmere. And,
when was the last time you heard about Chinook? No one talks about Chinook anymore.
It's usually in combination with like 3 or 4 other hop styles.
Yeah.
No one makes a pure Chinook beer.
When was the last time you drank a Tomahawk single hop IPA?
Oof. I don't. When's the last time it was imported to Sweden?
Tomahawk is a hop variant that has just gone the way of the dodo.
So
going back to this beer.
Yes, I'm going to give this a 3.5.
It's a 3.75 for me.
I think it's very drinkable, but I think it's very bland. Kind of forgettable.
Sure, in the way that all IPAs nowadays land in that category a bit for us.
Yeah, kind of, but this one in particular...
I think this one has a right to live by itself.
Yeah, it's certainly drinkable. It's certainly... I mean, I would have another one if someone offered it to me, but it's not something I would reach for again. And it's not something that I particularly would go on my way to try.
I don't know what makes it multiversal.
Well, probably because it's part of a series. But if you looked up 1 and 2, it'd have a slightly different name or combination or something.
Yeah. But it is a shame. They call it triple dry hopped, and we don't learn the hops.
It feels like a real missed marketing opportunity.
Yeah, it's part of the allure of the beer.
Entirely, because I mean that's what you want to know. What are the hops so that I can, judge it against other hop kind of styles, and and it might be something that draws you to the beer or pushes you away from the beer. So I think if you're making an IPA of any style or variety, you always want to include the hop profile.
Exactly. It's like when a guy on Grindr says he has a huge package, but he won't reveal what the package contains.
It's usually cookies.
Like, is it the cookies? Is it a present? It could be anything.
It could be.
You just never learn.
Could be an Xbox 360. You just don't know.
Xbox 360 would come in a huge package.
It would, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, we have the Birrificio Altotevere. It is from San Agostino. They were established in 2016. And this is the A-T Doppel, Heller Doppelbock, coming in at 7.8%. And there's a bunch of Italian on the can. I don't speak Italian, so I'm not even going to try to pretend I know what that says.
And of course, the Untapped description is in Italian.
Well, naturally, what'd you expect?
Why isn't there a translate button?
There's a feature that we need to recommend to Untapped
They won't listen to us. So did you say the ABV?
7.8.
7.8, yes. Yeah. And they are from San Giustino, Umbria, Italy.
Okay, you're just repeating the words I've already said.
I didn't listen to a single word you said because in my mind there was a cow playing the banjo.
Yes, it was just a low humming noise. I get you.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you had also said the heritage of the beer.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice bready kind of.
Yeah, dark orange, beginning of amber.
Mm-hmm. So, because it says Heller Doppelbock, you think it's a blend of the two, or can you do a Heller style that's also?
I think
Doppelbock?
so. If you really deep dive into bocks, there are like 20 different ones.
Ah, okay.
And Heller bock or Helles bock is a lighter side of bocks. I would actually expect it to be a little lighter than this. This for me is just doppelbock color.
Yeah, it's also 7.8%, which I would think a Heller Bock would be a little bit lighter, like maybe closer to 5.
Yes.
So this is pushing the boundaries probably of the style.
But I mean, in their words, it could just be that they produce like 2 or 3 bocks, and this is the way for them to separate them. This is their Heller bock. It is the lighter of their 3 bocks, and it moves in the direction of the traditional. I mean, the traditional styles are modern constructs. When you say Helles bock, if someone competes in a beer competition in Helles bock, that's modern people in the last 50 years deciding where the limitations go on a style that's 200 plus years old.
Ah, okay.
And that's the same with every style. Because style guidelines didn't exist until...
Well, because there weren't people just making crazy versions of stuff like they
people
did
were
these
just
days.
making beers.
Yeah.
And then talking about them. And then people started writing down what they said. Like, oh, they call this a bock beer. Oh, that's interesting. But... yeah.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
It's pretty good. It's got a little bit of a smokiness to it.
Definitely malty. Yeah, a little bit smoky.
Yeah.
That actually...
Definitely malty.
That raises it. It's interesting flavor.
Yeah. It's got a nice profile. It's extremely drinkable. This is one that if I could get more of, I would definitely revisit this quite often because it's so clean and neat. It's got that little bit of breadiness, a little bit of smokiness to it.
Yeah.
I really am starting to appreciate these styles more and more.
A bock is one of my favorite lager styles. But I am so ale oriented, or rather lambic, the third, not lambic, not lager. But let's put lambic on the side. I so heavily prefer ale styles to lager styles. And that's why I keep trying to bring crisp lagers for you to try and basically say, I want you to say, yes, Martin, you did find a good crisp lager. But bocks have always kind of intrigued me, specifically doppelbocks, because they have a lot of flavor. Sometimes you come across the weird style Imperial Pilsner, and I feel like that's just a failed bock that wants to exist in some way.
Just like a high ABV
A
Pilsner.
hoppier bock almost.
Yeah.
It's a weird style. This is very pleasant.
Yeah, it's extremely good. I would be curious to see what it is on Untapped, but I think this is great. I mean, it's got a lot of flavor. It's got a lot of body. It's just really pleasant to drink. It's got a nice clean finish. There's nothing I don't like about this beer.
Let's see. I have now translated the description. Low fermentation. Oh, that's just bottom fermented.
Yep.
It's lager. Low fermentation beer with an intense amber color where the hints of honey, caramel, and red fruit harmonize with delicate smoky notes. I agree. What's a red fruit?
I always interpret that as maybe red currants.
Really? Yeah, it could
But
be.
honestly, it could be strawberries, raspberries.
But it is frutta rossa. It is.
I don't know, red fruits. Maybe it's a melange of red fruits.
Frutta rossa. Frutta rossa brings up
cherries, raspberries.
Strawberries, cherries, raspberries, tomatoes.
Hey, tomato is a red fruit.
Chilies. It's everything.
Yeah, red fruit's like a really generic. It's like saying stone fruits or
But stone
dark
fruits is a category of fruits that taste kind of the same. Apricots, peaches.
I guess you're right. Plums.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Okay, plums don't really taste like peaches, but they go in the same direction.
True.
When you put strawberries and tomatoes in the same category.
I don't think you really can put strawberries and tomatoes in the same
No, I think
and
it's
chilies.
I think it's Google's image search for
Yeah.
Frutta Rossa that really messes it up. What would you give this beer?
I am going to give it a 45.
Wow. I'm a low 4.
Oh, okay.
But I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's quite good. It's hitting all the notes for me. It's definitely very redrinkable. I wish I could get more.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe I need to improve the IPA.
Why would you give it?
3.75. But I think I enjoy the IPA more than.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you do need to revisit that thought.
This is just the ale versus lager thing coming back. Also, this episode, we missed a big opportunity to not say cheers and instead say saluti.
I blame you. You threw us off from the start, and we've never been able to recover.
I really did. You've been struggling this entire
It's been tough. It's been really, really tough. Okay,
But
so
I'm really happy you brought these beers back from Italy.
me too. I did not know what to expect on either one of these, and I think both of these have been quite good and well worth an episode on. Anything else?
I think our listeners should visit Bologna, Italy.
Right. I mean, Italy has gotten a great beer scene, and I would say if you haven't been to Italy to try their beers, you're missing out because there's a lot of really good stuff out there to try. And I was just glad to find a couple to bring back. We will do another episode with more Italian beers coming up soon, maybe the next week or two.
Who can know?
Yeah, so that'll be fun to talk about as well.
Yeah.
So until next time.
Keep drinking it, dum-dums.